Hey gang, Victor here with another basic chemistry lab fundamentals video. Today we are going to be looking at just briefly how to use a burette and then the stand that you're going to have associated with it. Pretty simple. You're going to use a burette tube in a lot of your experiments. It's extremely precise, so any sort of experiment where getting the right amount of material, any kind of titration, things like that, it's going to be really handy. So what we're looking at today with our setup, we have our stand and a clamp that I've got attached here that's holding the burette in place. This is a 50 milliliter burette tube, and it's got a lot of graduations in there. You can see every 0.1 milliliters has a graduation mark going all the way down. This glass port here is going to be the barrel. That's primary, obviously, where the volume of the liquid goes. And the other main component of your burette is down here. It's the stopcock, and this is something that we're going to be able to turn to either allow or disallow the flow of liquid through the burette. So we'll turn that off for now so that the liquid can't flow. Underneath here I've just got a beaker, 400 milliliter beaker, so obviously going to be more than large enough to hold the volume we're working with. And we're just going to take, I got about 70 milliliters of distilled water in a smaller beaker here. I'm going to pour into the top. Alrighty, so the interesting thing about using a burette is the graduation marks are sort of reversed from what you'd expect to see, maybe what you're used to on a graduated cylinder. So we actually have our zero up towards the top, and I've got that meniscus of our water right at that point there. So what we can do is say, okay, we want 20 milliliters of water. And so we're gonna take our stopcock here and turn it ever so slightly, and because we want 20, we're going to want to get that down to that 20 mark. And if you open it up completely, it'll drain pretty fast. So usually you want to partially open it so that it drains at a rate that you'll be able to stop it in time. You can do it faster at first, and then once it starts to get closer to your target, you can start to slow it down. Make sure you get a precise measurement. You want to be looking about eye level with the measurement that you're looking for. There's a graduation mark on the front and the back of most of these burettes. You're going to want to make sure that those line up. That's going to be how you know that you're more or less level. So we got that just over 20 there. So we'll very slowly get our last couple of, probably 0.2 milliliters to drain out. Just barely turning the stopcock enough to allow any flow. That should just about do it. So we started out with it at the zero mark. Our tube had 50 milliliters of distilled water. Now we've drained out 20, so it's at that 20 mark. So we got it all the way down there. And as you can see, that's been transferred successfully into our beaker. And in this case, I'll just dispose of it, but if you were going to, in your experiment, use that for an additional component or the next step, you'd have an accurate measurement of that available. That's going to be everything on our burette today. Hope that was helpful, and you'll have a great day.